Welcome to another episode of Diverse Comics and Pop. I'm your host, Ryan Leonard. Good everyone, good Sunday, everyone. So today was a devastating loss to me. My Packers let me down this Sunday morning. I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, had a great breakfast and all that good shit, and they let me down. I swear to God, man. I've been fighting the air. I've been fighting the air. But anyway, let's get to the nitty gritty. We welcome my brother Ryan Leonard to the show. Say hello,
Hey, what
Ryan.
up, y'all? Hey, how
And
you doing, guys?
this is my brother Ryan, and he's a creator. He's more into like manga. He's a creator of Battle Blood, and we're gonna pick his brain today. We're gonna get to know the creator, Ryan Leonard. Go ahead, Ryan. Take the stage. It's all yours. Let everybody know who
Yeah.
you are, man.
All right. Hey, I'm Ryan Leonard, and I am here in Chicago on the South Side. Um, I got into comics, I'd say, at a very young age. Like, as soon as I was able to, like, see X-Men during the Jim Lee era, that's when I strongly got into comics.
Uh
But I always been into like cartoons, like Voltron, He-Man, Transformers, way back in the day. But um, as like my influence growing up when I got into comics, I say it took me when I saw Fist of the North Star for the very first time, and then after that, shortly, it was Dragon Ball. That's what really took the wave for all comics. Well, I say all manga and anime creativity to flow into me. So I was always that kid in high school that sat in the back room. I was never like the jock or the well known nerd of the classroom who just all that. I was just a kid who was just trying to get the work done and then go in the back of the classroom and just draw my own little piece while just doing my thing. So
oh,
when
so
I
what was your influence? Who was your influence? What artist was your influence?
say my influence of artists, first I would have to say Akira Toriyama created Dragon Ball, and
Okay.
then shortly after that, I would have to say when Udon Comics came out, it was like Alvin Lee, and then it was a few other artists like Joe Mad or even Pat Lee um, from Dreamwave, and a few like other image or indie type artists that I started to pay attention to. I really wanted to do my thing.
Okay.
And yeah,
So what was the first time you had started like really wanting to get into manga? Like what made you like want to start drawing it? Was it like drawing like looking at all the anime cartoons of it? Like how like you just want to start getting into it, like just drawing the manga style,
um,
Western style.
I,
Like my style, you already know I got like the Western style, so I'm
yeah,
drawing more, you know, the image style. So I'm quite sure you had went the manga style. So was you hooked after looking at all those cartoons like that to just jump into it?
it was more of the strong influence of watching a lot of Dragon Ball, a lot of anime that started flowing into like the early or late 90s and 2000s, and it just happened. And I would say, just watching all that, but what really took shape into taking in all of that content, it was not only just anime and manga, but it was also video games because I was into a lot of Street Fighter, King of Fighters, and all of that glorious artwork. I needed to have that look. So that's what kept me drawing the way that I did.
Okay.
And yeah, it's, I guess, in the way, if I could just say like the style, I just like from American manga to classic manga and anime, I just kind of pick and choose and made my own stuff. You know?
Yeah. Now, do you write your own? You write your own stories, right? You
Oh
write your.
yeah, I have to.
So I got
Mm,
the book right here. I got volume
nice.
volume three, correct?
Yep.
And it's a real good story. It's a real good storyline. When you write this story, was you like influencing the other story that made you write this particular story? With, like you was into certain movies.
Oh yeah, I was into a lot of martial arts, movies, and also like anime movies as well. I can already tell you, um, Street Fighter Two animated movie was a big influence.
Mhm.
Watching other movies like Unbok or even like classic kung fu flicks or 80s action flicks meld together. I
Yeah,
had to like
I can tell
get
my
into
style
that.
doing this one. And like I see you become a real good artist though, as time went on, as we was doing the conventions together and being trained by Mike, and I just see you really progress very well on this stuff, and I really like it. Um, so what is your advice to aspiring artists that's trying to get into manga? What would you recommend for them to do? Because manga is very tough. I noticed, because you guys are doing like graphic novels. This is like a thick graphic novel. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So what is your advice for anyone that's trying to get into manga like what you're doing?
I would say definitely learn everything. Learn your anatomy, learn how to do backgrounds, learn different angles, shots that can make things interesting in your story. Try not to do rinse and repeat because, yeah, it's a lot of pages. Like, I can easily do a 20-page, issue, no problem. But I take, like 20 or 24 pages and put them together in like 3 chapters or more, then automatically I got a graphic novel. But um, yeah, it's you really gotta practice because not only that, of course, we all want to get into the action, all, the dynamics of the characters, and all that, but we really gotta have like backgrounds and stuff to tell the tale of it. Have some establishing shots. I mean, you don't have to do overkill, but backgrounds are important because it also tells the story too. And really learn expressions, draw clothes, everything. I mean, even now I'm still learning things as I go, but I'm applying it because each time I do my book, I do something better or new or introduce more detail as I do my book because I want to keep improving and keep things interesting.
Right. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you want to always make sure the book is. I always keep the reader very excited. Remember when we was at the convention and a guy came to and he told you he was about to get the book one and two, and he
Yeah,
if he didn't like it, he would have kept on passing by.
yeah, it was like that was like a big wow experience. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get the first book, and if I like it, I'll come back and get the other two. I'm like, okay, sure,
Came back.
yeah,
He must have to read that in the hotel. But he must really read that in the hotel because he came back for those two books. And he was dead. He was dead serious too. And I was like,
yeah. 'Cause I'm,
what I'm saying? I mean, he read this entire book, and this is a thick book. This is a very thick book.
mm,
Oh, and I was like, wow, he read that whole entire book within that one night. It came back and got the other two books. That's when you know you're doing your job well when they do it. When a person, a reader, come back and tell you that. That's what you
yeah,
call so honest feedback right there. I was like, wow, I was very surprised when he came back and he said that.
yeah.
Um,
Because I asked, like, okay, did you like the book? I'm like, well, I'm back, aren't I? Give me that other book. Like, okay, go ahead, take it, man. I got you.
yeah, he
But
was he was very serious. Um, what is your like? How's your art process? You know, my art process is different from yours. Like when I do my layouts, I do my layouts like on like 11 by 17 printing paper, and
Mm.
usually what I do is trace over it, clean it up in pencil, or with a Bristol board over it, and trace over it. That's how I work now because it make it like my process. It makes it go fast because if I'm trying to sit down and draw from a thumbnail, that'll be all day. So I speed my process up by drawing the thumbnail real big on 11 by 17 printed paper, taking a
Mhm.
Bristol board and tracing over it. So how does yours work? What's your
Well,
what's your process?
I
How
go
works done?
I go two ways with it. Like, okay, I do my breakdowns. Like, even right now while I'm talking to you, I'm kind of jotting stuff down. I do my breakdowns on, I say, like the 8.5 by 11 paper, just normal print paper. And I can do it this way. If it looks right, I give a thumbs up and I start working on it on the 11 by 17 comic book boards. Um, and then when I'm done with the final work, I scan it in and I do like my gray tones and my ink on the computer. Or I would just, if everything is final on this, like if it's final on this, then I would just scan this into the computer, blow it up 11 by 17, and get to work and start putting in all the details, digitally drawing it in. Because I work both traditionally. I will never ignore the paper. I just want to point that out. I would never ignore the comic book board's paper because it feels good to draw on paper. But
Yeah,
if I'm in a crunch time and I want to get things done quicker, then I'll zip into the computer, do my digital thing because I have an understanding of that, and I just work digitally.
hmm
I've done some research, and some manga artists do work that way as well, and there are some who works traditionally. So I'm like, why not?
yeah, yeah. Um, so what do you think about what do you think about how manga is going now? Is it? I mean, like it's really blowing up, man. I mean, like
It's
all over the place. I'm like, wow. So what do you think instead of manga is? Because I mean, it's real huge.
Yeah, think back in the day when we first started going to like Wizard World. The biggest thing there was Marvel and DC, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
So when we versus then to now, when you walk into a convention, you see One Piece Luffy or Dragon Ball right in the front of the scene, and it's like, wow, this has changed. It's like this is a whole new world now. Manga has blown up tremendously. It's got people. Everybody in their grandma is wearing, cosplay One Piece or Dragon Ball or even a game character. Is Come on, people are dressing up like Mario and Sonic. Come on,
Yeah,
it's definitely changed the game now.
really is. Like it's just real mind blowing to me how has really gotten to like really. I mean, like when I did Florida SuperCon, and I didn't know, this is my first time doing Florida SuperCon that year, and man, that whole convention was just flooded with just manga. I'm talking everybody dressed up manga character. I was like, wow, what did I get myself into? But I did good to have my just a superhero character. But man, that manga out there was flooded. I'm talking about they love manga out there in Florida, man. I was like
Oh
mind
yeah,
blown, man. I was like, wow. I ain't never experienced anything like that in my life to see a manga convention. I was like, that's what it really was. I mean, it was just manga out. it was crazy.
oh
Um,
yeah.
so what do you collect? What type of toys you collect, man? What you
Oh,
into?
well, as you see right in the back of me, I got some. I got the Zelda Link figure, and I got gargoyles, and you know, got the Mega Man. Yeah, I
I
remember
never.
the blue bomber, Mega Man, and also I'm really huge on Dragon Ball, so I got a large Dragon Ball collection. But what I just started to open up now is Spawn. I started to get into the new Spawn figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far I've collected the first line and the second line. I know the third line is still happening, and I see some of the new stuff coming out. So I'm really big on Spawn figures now. Like I said, even though that I was, I'm big on like anime and manga. Image Comics has always been has always kept my eye turned to them because their books was fun. Just
Yeah.
like lots of action in their books, and I've never prayed like Marcia Vestry, some of Jim Lee's work for Wildcats, some of Rob's works, of course, like Todd McFarlane. I kept up with his works. Uh, it's I've always been interested in keeping it home for the image crowd. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, how many pages do you get done? Are you like one page? Are you do you have like like a schedule? Like how many pages you do? Like do you do
Uh,
2 page, 1 page a day?
on my best day, I can at least get 2 pages done, but one page a day is good. Now, if it's like if I have like complete freedom, and I want to put this out there, because I do work full time in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm done working at 9 to 5, take my little break, and then I go to the desk and I work like extra 4 hours or so, as much as I can,
Yeah.
um, and I get a page done. But if I had like total free reign, 2 pages, especially if I have the final idea on paper, um, hey, I throw on some music and I get going. And that's total fun for me. That's like dealing with the details and all of that. I'm so used to it now that I can just get it done.
It's almost like because you work the like I said, you work the 9 to 5 in the morning. So it's pretty much you just work on one page. But like say for instance, like on a weekend, if you're free and you have anything to do, you work on 2 pages. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope that you know what I'm saying that you got to set up that way because some people they don't understand. It's hard for them to create a comic book because they don't know how to balance. Because they working a 9 to 5, then they be tired when they come home. They be tired and they can't get nothing done. But see, like
Mhm.
it's all about you really got to train yourself because like I said, when I was doing a 9 to 5, working retail hell, I would come home, even though I don't care how tired I was, I would work on a page at least. Then the next day I come home, I ink it. I do because I discipline myself to not to just come home from work and not do anything. That means because they not gonna get done. So you really got to discipline yourself. That's why the aspiring creators who want to get into this type of business, making their own comics, that they don't know how to understand to balance out and discipline themselves to do a page a day. Because that's how because at the end of the day, you want to get something done. Because if you don't get nothing done, then you pretty much gonna just not never get anything done. So it's really
Yeah.
like you gotta, it takes a lot of dedication, and you want to do this to complete pages. Is at least try to do 1 page a day if you got a 9 to 5 job. But you really got to
Yeah.
be very disciplined and dedicated to wanting to do it.
You,
Um,
you, um, I'm gonna add this. It's like this goes for students as well who's going to school. Like
yeah,
if you might have those classes, and thank goodness I'm done with that. But if you have those classes and you get home and you gotta work, I mean, my personal experience is I had school, then I had work, and then whatever day I had free, I would get there, sit down and draw.
yeah,
Yeah, it was like that. So I feel a little bit more freer than now, but it's in like for students, if you got the time, put it in. and plus you're doing something that you love, so you're really, mentally stimulating your mind to get that work done.
Yeah, yeah. Now, when you creating, right? Do you have any type of writer's block, or
Yeah.
and what did you do to
Um,
get over it? If you do have one, do you just like uh, walk away for a minute, chill, play some video games, and come back, refresh your mind, or you just don't do anything?
you know, um, recently because I was working on an action scene for the recent pages that's coming out now. Um, I had a bit of a block on how to get the pay, get the scene going, and it always happens because I don't want to rehash something. I want to bring something new. So I take probably a day, do a little sketching, just something to get it out the way. Or if that's not working, I'll sit down and I'll watch a movie or my favorite anime or play a game. But usually this happens when I'm watching a movie or an anime, and that's like, okay, I got the scene together. Let me get this out the way and get my ideas on the paper. And that's how you get that done.
Okay.
But it is necessary to take a break. Um, but as for writing, I don't really have that problem because I know what my characters are going to say. But the issue is knowing the scene, how they're going to look, what angles to take, all of that. That's when you really got to get it down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when I do mine, when I have a little, I don't have like a writer's block of that. I think what it is that when I do a little bit too much, I start like having like little hiccups here and there. So what I would do, I would get up and just walk away. I'd do a a little jumper jacks or something, or listen to music, or just watch a little TV or something in there to just to like chill out for a minute. Then once I'm all cool and calm and collected, I'm right back at it. That's my problem. I don't really have writer's block because I pretty much thumbnail everything out. That's where you
yeah.
would have a problem if you just thumbnail everything. Just thumb it all out. You wouldn't have a problem with that. My thing is
I,
that when I'm doing too much, I start uh, messing up on pages and stuff, and that's why I just get up and walk away and come back and start all over once I'm all cool.
I have this key rule: do not touch the paper until this is done. When this is
Right.
done, that's when you touch the paper. You gotta slap your hand and be like, no, get this done first, get the idea out there. If something don't look right, do it over again real quick, whatever.
Yeah.
So that because once you have this done, the world is your oyster. You go ahead and get down on that paper and you have the fun of your life there.
Yeah.
Um, but most importantly, like you really gotta motivate yourself. Like you really gotta take the time out. And this is the stepping into some real life stuff. Like
Hmm.
you got friends and you're trying to hang out with them and it don't feel right. Take some time to yourself, or you had a bad date. Take some time to yourself. Do your do your thing. Refresh your mind. Do something that's gonna um, help you relax a bit because there are times that you really got to sacrifice that time because you have this dream, you want to work towards this dream and make it happen. Because I can tell you right now, before I even could get the first battle blood book out there, I was dealing with school and friends and dating and this and that, and I had this thing I wanted to do, and I'm like, I had to pull away for a while. And once I pulled away and focused, I began to really enjoy it. You
Yeah, it's
know,
all about sacrifice. You
yeah,
know, people, when you're doing anything you want to love to do, something got to get sacrificed.
mhm.
And because at the end of the day, it is a job. You want to get your books done, and it takes a lot of sacrifice in doing that and discipline also as well. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, we have
Yeah.
formed this company, Diverse Comics. Uh, Tell everyone what you thought about when we formed it. Was you nervous?
Um, what you know what? It's like we've been doing comics and drawing and just been in the scene so long and had the right training, thanks to, mentor Michael McLean, um, and others who have taught us along the way. Um, I was okay with it. I was like, well, this is our safe haven. We're gonna do our books here, and we're gonna put it out there and see if people like it. And I was like, okay, well, let's do it and see what's up. So
Yeah, I
I'm
got
happy.
tired. I got tired being the Marvel line. I got tired. Just wait. I felt like I was wasting time. Like like time was just going too fast, and I'm like, something had to be done. If not, I would still be doing the same thing. Being in the portfolio lines and all that stuff. So I was like, it's time for do something
Yeah.
different, and that's why I took
I
that.
was I I remember the first time I when Tokyo Pop was big, I was in their line, and I
Yeah,
actually did sit down with them, and they had some good stuff to say. They had some bad stuff to say, and I was like, you know what? This is gonna motivate me to come back. Like, okay, and not only that, I'm gonna bring you like 6 samples. I'm gonna give you a whole book with the 6 samples just to let you see how far I became. And when I came back there, it's like, oh, Tokyo Bob, they're no more. They're not doing this anymore. I'm like, I was trying to prove myself,
it just
but
got
hey,
tired. I got tired. I just got tired of like I seeing my name on that wall. I'm like, man, I know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I know
yeah,
I'm good. It's just like you really gotta like be honest with yourself when you're doing this. Like, like if it's not gonna work with Marvel, you got to do something. So that is the create your. I prefer just create your own stuff, and that's what we did. I like, what? Let's create our own stuff. We good. We some good artists. You know what I'm saying? And we still learning. And I'm like to this day, I'm still learning to be a better artist. And I just felt like, man, we needed to do something. We had to do it right away. And
right,
I was all for like create the company. I was so happy that we did it. We had some ups and downs, but we stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 books. I don't know, lost count how many books I done got now. But I think we did. I think we're doing pretty good to be just a brother, a brother, 2 brother company. Family company owned company. Uh, and we got some good books. We got some good books to show everyone, and we're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Like we still have mistakes here and there. Um, but that's what happens when you have a publishing company. You see your mistakes and you correct them. You just keep going after that. And that's why I said I'm just glad that we did it, because if not, I think we'll still be, if we didn't have that type of mentality, that man mentality to create our own stuff. I think we'll still be trying to chase that corporate dream. You know what I mean? To want to work, for those companies. Nothing wrong with that, but you just don't want to waste your time trying to do that. But time is
yeah,
ticking. So it's time waits for no one. You know what I'm saying? It's best to use that time we have and create our own stuff and just share with everyone.
yeah. It's like it's taking me back when I was in school. Like I would draw something really new or finish up a couple of pages of whatever imaginary thing I was coming up with. Hey, I might have some ideas in the pipe. You never know. But I would show like my friends like this is what I did. This is the story. And they would read it. That's how that feels right now. I'm sharing, or people are purchasing the book, and they are coming back to me telling me like, man, when is this one's gonna come out? Or oh, I can't wait to see when he fights his dad or the next person who's gonna face in a tournament. And when I hear feedback like that, that's exciting to me. I'm like, I'm loving that you are enjoying my work, and I'm sharing with you. I'm letting you see my thing. So like even now, Like, I can't wait to get this new one out there because the action is going to be off the chain. There's going to be a lot more lore in the story being unfolded. I mean, and of course, I'm keeping it hush hush, so I can't share too much, but it's going to be out there for people to see. Um, it's just that I never can seem like, okay, I want to have this at least done until I can give the release date. So I continue to work and refine it and, you know, show it to the world.
Yeah, the same with me. I'm very excited stuff I'm working on. But you already know
Mhm.
our motto is we're not putting it out there till what? It's finished.
Exactly.
Because I feel like if, I just feel like people deserve a finished product before really just put it out there, and try to do a crowdfunding where the book is not even 100% complete. So I believe in, doing the work, have the book finished, and have everything done, and therefore you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And the book's complete, and people just get it right in their hands. That's why I always said that when we did this, we always said we're going to do the books completed. We're going to complete the books before
Right.
doing any crowdfunding because I feel like people shouldn't have to wait for a book to
And
get done, finished. You know,
you know
that's
what? I can say that the artwork is important. Definitely, that's a main part of the book. But
yeah,
making sure the book is laid out correctly, making sure that your script is all written out and you can pop it in for the lettering. All that is done properly, and once my whole thing is once I have the artwork completed and doing in the middle of doing the writing, that's when I'll be like, okay, um, hey, I can safely say that it will come out on this date because it's near finish.
yeah,
But as you say, when it's done, it's done. So I always stick to that.
yeah, yeah. Now, everybody want to know: Are you a gamer?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
play?
Let me my gaming library is too big, and I need to go back and play the rest of them. But I still I still have like my PS1 games, my N64 games, and I'm currently on PS4. I will
Yeah,
have a PS5, but I can't say when. It's getting there. It's getting there, but you got the Street Fighter 6 coming out. Come on.
well, you
Um,
old school. I like playing those plug up to the TV games, like the
yeah.
little Nintendo and the little mini Sega and all that stuff. They got all my favorite games on there. I need to get back into like serious gaming because man, you already know I was a serious gamer when I used to play that Street Fighter all the time.
Mhm.
So I need to get back into that.
Yeah, what people need to understand, and I swear, I get so tested when I hear people complain about, oh, this game didn't have this mechanics and this and that, and I'm like, dude, I came from an era that they gave us what they gave us at the time, and if it was screwed up, too bad. You're gonna have to wait until the next one comes out.
Yeah,
So when I see all these games that's coming out with updates and DLCs, I'm like, well, they're improving it. Shut up. Download
yeah,
it and play it. Enjoy it. It's not even a problem. So
yeah,
when I remember when Street Fighter Five came out, I mean, um, it was a rough first year because it didn't have everything, but it was a nice looking game. But when they finally updated and gave DLCs, it's fun as hell now.
yeah.
Fun, fun game. I can't complain about it.
Now, when we was at
So,
the convention, did you enjoy doing those original sketches? I told you it was going to get busy.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've never drawn that much before, but when I got into the flow of it, it's like, okay, I want like a Morgan from Darkstalkers. Boom, done. I want Venom. Boom, done. Carnage. Boom, done. And then other characters like Luffy or my favorite was I keep forgetting. I know we call it G-Man. Attack of the Planets.
Attack of the Planets.
Got that one done. That guy came right back to me.
Battle of
Got
the
that
Planet.
done. Battle of the
Battle.
Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame on me for not knowing the title, but there you go. It's done. And I'm like, okay, I think I can safely say I'm gonna experiment more with this because I do enjoy drawing different characters. Like,
Yeah, I get that. No, there's no escaping that. You know, when people trying to say that, oh, drawing licensed characters, we draw your own. They have no idea that when you at these cons, these people have favorite heroes. They have favorite characters they're gonna want you to draw. Now they're gonna buy your creator stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. They're gonna buy it, but they're gonna
right.
also they really like your stuff. They're gonna say, "I'll make you draw me a Wolverine." You know, you seen it yourself. You know, we were selling all those books. Them books was flying off the table. But after we had the more books, what we had left just our hands, pencil, and paper, and we was drawing whatever they wanted. You know,
Exactly.
people don't really understand. You can't turn down someone saying, "Oh, I don't draw licensed characters." That's nonsense. That's so much, and there's a lot of BS because you're gonna have to draw those characters because that's what people want, regardless. I
Plus,
don't
you're
care how
leaving.
they're gonna want you to draw a thing. They're gonna want Thor. They're gonna want Hulk and whatever other character they like. They're gonna want you to draw that.
Plus, you're leaving a profit on the table. Like, what's wrong?
Yeah,
Come on. I don't understand that.
how people be thinking, man. That's why I love. That's what one thing I love about what we have is that we're able to create what we want and put it out there for the world. You know, and I think we have a lot of fun with that. And I'm happy for you though because I'm happy to see you grow as an artist. And man, you did 3 books, 3 manga books of your own. That's not no cakewalk. That's not. I mean,
Yeah.
those are like novels you doing, man. I mean, that's bananas. You know, and I'm only
Yeah.
doing what pages, 30 pages here and there. But I think you're doing a
Um,
hell.
it comes up when I did the page count because I do like 24 pages per chapter. So I put 3 chapters together. It turns out to be like 72. My math might be a little wrong there, but it comes out to be quite a bulk of chapters
Mm-hmm.
put together. And I do that, and I know other mangas are very thicker than that, but I just strictly stay to 3 chapters, boom, 3 chapters, boom, each volume, 3 chapters put together.
Yeah,
Um, I think that's quite enough for right now, but
yeah,
hey, never know, things might change.
yeah. Because that's what it was with Age of Solo. Like this, the 4th book here I'm working on, which is the final chapter of City Under Siege. I'm bringing in Spectre Magnus, but it's gonna be like a 7-page preview book. You know, extra page story for people to get to know the character and
Yeah,
making sure everything the story is real. The story and everything's together, so nothing will be out of place. And
right.
because you want your story to be real solid and good to read along with the artwork. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing here at Diverse Comics is that we make sure that everything is together and nothing is out of place. And like I said, we're gonna make mistakes because we're just human, man. But everything we make mistakes, but we fix those little mistakes we catch in the books. But and that we have a lot of fun. I know I'm having a lot of fun because
You know,
uh, for the creations we do.
yeah, I gotten so used to drawing my characters now. It's like I'm happy working with them. I'm happy working with my main character, his friend that he is in rivals with, some of the enemies that you haven't not seen yet in action. I can't wait to share that. Um, the whole journey of it all, and just getting our characters and the psyche of those who are currently purchasing our books. Like, this is a universe that I'm creating. Like, there is lore behind each of it and why
Yeah,
each character is doing their thing. So it's good to explore, new stories that is within your universe
yeah.
that you're. Yeah.
It's like where I'm like with that Gaitron. Gaitron's more like sci-fi. Spectrum Man, Ultraman type fighting kaiju monsters and all that good stuff. But it's
Mm,
fun. And it's like all different elements of writing you want to explore, and you don't have to cater to someone who don't try to cater to people who really don't like that, but it's people who love kaiju monsters and all that stuff. That's what things is fun about creating comics is that you able to create stuff you want that you love that is going to be an audience for that who love it too. And you don't have to worry about someone telling you you don't have to listen to people telling you, oh, all you do is just putting a lot of action in your stuff and all this. So what? Because at the end of the day, guess what? It's people who love that. With people who love
mm,
to see the action or fighting scenes and all that. Now, what I'm
right.
saying? It doesn't have to be a bore fest. That's one thing we're not doing. We're not creating a bore fest. We're creating exciting comics for people to love and be fun.
Yeah.
Because they're dead to me. I hate board comics, man. I fall
Yeah.
asleep.
You want to create something that you grew up enjoying.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, like last night, I sat down and I watched the Street Fighter 2 animated movie uncut, and everything was popping off. And then I was paying attention to like the the story, not only just that, but like you had cars, you had planes, you had buildings, you had all types of stuff that create this world. And it's like you gotta put those things in there because you want your story to just feel it's real. You
Yeah.
it's a feeling that I'm getting when I'm looking at that. I'm actually watching a real feature movie, not just an anime, but a real feature movie. And
Yeah.
that's why I want how our books to feel like you bought a ticket and you're in the theater and you are enjoying it, but you're reading it. It's in the book. So, yeah, you want to create that world that you've enjoyed and you're sharing it with everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what comics was about, man. And having fun with it. You're not being so uptight trying to make it into a movie. I don't pay attention to none of that stuff, man. I'm just making great comics for people to enjoy that what I love. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
try to get up in that whole or it gotta sound like a movie, you know. And that's not what comics is about. Comics is just making comics. The story is,
Yeah,
is, is on its own.
right. It's good to have a little elements in there, but make it fun. Don't make it boring. Like really
Yeah,
have things popping off.
yeah, just dragging the whole story and boy with a bunch of talking heads, ain't nothing happening. Come on, man.
Right.
It ain't no romance book. This is comic books, man. That's why I love
Mm.
to create, love doing how I create my stuff. Um, okay. One thing. What kind of art tools are you using to create your books with? Using ink, pen, marker. You using some everything.
Well, while I do my drafting with, I have some of that with me right now. Um, I use like a photo blue tech pencil just to start out doing some drafting with that, just to lay some stuff out. And then from there, I'll use like either a tech pencil or a regular, pencil. And I can tell you that the tools, I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter. As long as you got a pencil and a pen, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then I have tech pens, or I use, bottle ink with a brush. I could tell you doing drawing with, well, inking with a brush. Sure, it might be kind of slow, but it's actually refreshing. I mean, you
Yeah.
get in the feel of that. It's the real authentic feel.
And I don't know why I like getting creative and artsy with ink on my hands, and they be like, yes, I did something, but it's all my hands are all messy from doing it. Especially with the
Right.
brush. Look at the brush. I'm doing like special effects, like it's a blood scene, somebody getting the head cut off or something like that. And I take a brush and I flick it all on that. That's my favorite part. I be having so much fun doing that. Are you flicking that
Yeah.
on it? It's just a fun creative process because you're being creative with the book, and
Right.
that's what I love about comics, that you get to be creative, whatever you can, what you love to do. Without somebody telling you, hey, you can't do that. Hey, you don't supposed to do that. This is your book. You get to do what you want. Nobody can tell you anything. That's one thing I
That's
love
your book.
about the creative freedom to do whatever you want because it's your
Mhm.
book.
And now another tool I want to talk about is like, of course, you got your pens, your pencils, your inks, your brushes, but like I had mentioned before, I work on the digital side, so
Mhm.
this is only for those who just got that extra in the bank who can afford it. Um, there's software out there. I know everyone primarily works with um, I say like Adobe Photoshop. But I mean, I'm not kicking that. It's actually a nice program. But if you want something that is primarily yours, it's affordable, check out Clip Studio. They got everything you need to work on a comic book. And I remember when they first came out, they market themselves as manga studios, but they changed the name because I mean they have everything a comic book needs. They got the word balloons, they have some of the tones in there, other stuff that you can work with that the program has, the different brushes. It's good to have. I work with that primarily, and it's helped. And also, like I said, if you got the money and you can afford it, get your nice little Wacom tablet or Huion tablet, and I have it like back here. This thing has been a lifesaver because I mean I do know how to do extra more tools like the gray toning and all that.
Mhm.
Um, if I know how to do it, I work it. But hey, it never hurts to commission someone if they can get that skill for you. But if you know how to do that skill, then I mean, why not? It's yours.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Get some tools that will help you to advance.
Right.
But if you're like on a budget, you don't have a lot.
Exactly.
I say start real small. Get a get a printer. Get a small printer, scan printer.
You're right.
You probably, if you're lucky, probably get it for $89. Get you some paper and a pen. You get the paper from Five Below.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
like I said, times is hard. A lot of people ain't got a lot of money. And create comics is very expensive.
Mhm.
Um, it's ways to get around to making a book. That's all if you're on a budget. So you can make a comic book. Just got to be on a budget, and you just do black and white. You can do black and white pages. Scan them in the scanner and letter it, and be on
Yeah,
with your day.
yeah. I wanted to share with them because like I said, I came from like school and everything and working part time. When I worked my part time jobs, and I can tell you, I worked at Walmart and I worked my part time jobs. And when I was on my breaks, like I did in school, like I drew in the back of class, I was on my breaks. I was doing breakdown pages, right?
Uh-huh.
And and then when I did my breakdown pages, I had to when I get paid, I buy my comic book paper and whatever tools I had, whatever tools I can afford. And I was shopping right in the store, getting pick pencils and any inks that they could sell. Or sometimes I'll have to like order it online to get the right ink or whatever. Um, but then when I want to do more things on a technical scale, I had to look at like, okay, I want this tablet, I want this program. Um, I have to just put money up and save. And then when I finally saved it, and thankfully on the Black Friday sale, hey, get it. It's right there. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you have to prioritize sometimes, and it's true. Right now, um, we are facing inflation and everything like that, and inflation. I mean, and yeah, like the Five Below. I didn't even notice that they did that until I finally saw that. Like, come on, you can walk in store for like $50, and you can just get all the inks, all the pencils, and the paper that you need. It's right there.
yeah,
You got it. I mean, it's
yeah.
simple.
What about getting the budget to being smart about things? You
Yeah,
don't have to go get like you know, uh, expensive art supplies and go broke. It's best if you, especially if you're on a budget. Like I said, you got, you got kids, you got a wife and all that stuff, and you really on a budget. And like I said, it's best to go to Five Below, get that stuff for a little bit of nothing, and go to Staples or Best Buy or well, I don't know, Walmart.
Michaels, you got
You
some
got,
there.
huh?
Like Michaels, you got some there. They got some
Yeah,
affordable stuff in Michaels. Yeah,
Michaels. Just go for stuff that's on sale. Don't try to get nothing high that you can't afford right now. Just get what you can that's on
exactly.
the budget. That's all. Start small and work your way up.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. We'll see. One last question would be for the day is, what are you snacking on when you drawing?
Oh, okay. Well,
Very snack.
that's difficult. Um, if anything, Reese's is my guy, and probably if it's not Reese's, then some caramel or cheese popcorn. It's funny. I
Popcorn.
have napkins and stuff near me, so I need to have it. Or if I'm really, want to keep things balanced, I'll have a tall thing of water. Like I have this big canteen, and I fill it with ice and water, and
Uh-huh.
that's my little clear my body out type thing. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay, one more thing, and that is, what are you guys? What are you think new projects you working on? You want to let everybody know about?
All right. Well, I am currently working on Battle Blood Volume 4. Right now, I probably can't see my screen, but I do have like pages I've finished here,
Mhm.
and I'm jotting down even more stuff as I go. So Volume 4 of Battle Blood is in the works. Also, I want to say this a bit further back, but there is a project that I have worked on and I still continue to think about. And that project is named Nero Chaos.
I remember
And
that. I remember that Neo Chaos. You was working on it a couple of years back. You bringing it back out?
um
And
I can say this. The first one has been done. The second one, the artwork so far is done, but I haven't finished the writing on that.
that's
Um
dope.
yeah, I just all I can say to people is the first one is out there and I have it on tapas.com, and that's a TAPAS .com, and it's a free comic book site for web comics, and I can share the link on probably your wall so people can get into that. Or and the first one is up there. It's free to read. It's a good 24 pages, and I mean, if people like it, I'll definitely work on it. I think that project will be like a issue type thing.
Okay.
Maybe down the line it would be more of a novel, but it's an issue type thing because right now Battle Blood is my baby, and I want to submit Battle Blood into people's hands more than anything. But Neo Chaos is definitely something I want to share with everyone too.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
dope, man. Yeah, I think they're gonna like it when they see the Neo Chaos, and the new issue of Battle Blood that you got working on. I've seen some of the pages. I think they look mind blowing. I like the outlines and the detail you got going on, and that has all pacing. I think I think people going to really like the next chapter of it. Is there anything you want to tell anyone how to follow you? Channels, anything?
Okay, well, I have a channel here on YouTube called Ryan's Diverse Comics and Games. Um, that's my YouTube channel. I do my artwork here, and I also, share some games that I play on both the PC or the like my PS4. But right now, I'm just getting things started with that. So you'll primarily see a mixture of that content. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Ryan A. Leonard Designs. You'll find me there. And I'm also on Facebook. Ryan A. Leonard on Facebook. And from there, I also have a website, Ryan A. Leonard Art, and that will be on a link that I have on my Facebook site. But I will share those links with you so people can easily click through it.
That's cool.
And they can easily find me.
Yes, we are the RL boys, Raymond Leonard and Ryan Leonard. Yes, I'm the oldest, okay? I want everybody to understand that. But thank you for tuning in on Diverse Comics and Pop. And having my special guest for today, my brother Ryan Leonard, and his manga book, Bottle Blood. Check it out. It's real dope. You know what I'm saying? Check out his YouTube channel. Check out all his other social media channels. He got a lot of dope work, and he's into all that manga. And I'm telling you guys, it's real dope. Thanks for Ryan for tuning in, coming in on and talking to us and let everybody know about your work and who you are.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
All right, man. Take care, brother.
All right.
Peace.